Good, good, and welcome. Welcome to the Writers Workshop. Always glad to have you as a viewer to this program. We have Nathaniel Gadsden, and this is Nathaniel Gadsden's Writers Workshop. We come on every Friday night right here on The Voice, 17104 Harrisburg. And we certainly enjoy doing this broadcast. And this is open to, Writers Workshop members, but it can also be open to you. If you're interested in, presenting your works, being a part of this Writers Workshop community, we do keep it clean. We do have some stuff that every now and then it's a little bit, there's a curse word here, there, and whatever. But we try to keep it basically, clean in terms of language, and also, we don't do that whole sexual thing and all that. But this is a place where you can create and have a wonderful time enjoying the written word and the spoken word, and that's what this is all about. This is a platform where you can find your voice and appreciate the voice of others. And we certainly hope that you will, consider joining us. But if you do, we just know that we do have some basic rules that we go by, and it's in keeping with this station, which is The Voice, 17104 Harrisburg, with the Reverend, Chris Thomas and Reverend Melissa Thomas, and they do a great job. And so anyhow, God bless you. Hope that you will stick with us. And tonight should be no exception. We always have different persons come on. They come on when they are able to. And we, just keep it moving for 2 hours. It's from 7 to 9 every Friday night, right here on The Voice. Now, we are on Facebook Live. That's why you're seeing us now. So even though we use Zoom as our medium to get on, it airs on Facebook. And then we also put it on our channel, which is the Writers Workshop channel. And we hope to also put it on, the other platforms as well. And we'll be talking about that, because I understand there's a whole different audience, over there on Instagram and all that. So anyhow, we'll do the best we can to spread the wealth, so to speak. And the wealth, of course, is the word, and the word is sufficient, because the word is the creative gift that God has given us in many different forms. I consider myself a writer, and I'm what you want to call a Black writer. And remember, we also live on YouTube. Oh, that's right. We're also live on YouTube. Thank you, Brother Chris. That's excellent. So didn't even think about that. We're live on YouTube, and we're also live on Facebook. And I understand we could even go live on the Twitter and, okay, well, all right. Go ahead. This is great. Writers Workshop. And so we're in a lot of different ways here. Brother Chris Thomas. In fact, let me ask Brother Chris if he'll come on real quick here so that we can properly explain this. Brother Chris, break it down about how this platform operates.
Sure, Dr. Gaston. Again, thank you so much for your support over the past so many years. I've almost lost track, man. We talked about it before on how when we're live now, for all of our clients on the Voice 17104, we're not just live on Facebook, Dr. Gaston, but we're also live on YouTube, Twitter, and the LinkedIn platform, as well as our audio listen line as well, where you could dial a number. If you have low data, no data, or if you're on the go and you don't have time to actually watch it, say if you're driving, but you do want to tune in and listen, there is a number, and I'll make sure I get that number so you can announce that here momentarily. I believe it's 1-667-930-4579, but let me verify that here. Give me a moment or two, and I'll put that in the chat. So there are several ways people can actually interact and be a part of the Writers Workshop and or any of your other programs that are on the Voice 17104 as well, Dr. Gadsden.
This is good stuff. We also come on Thursday nights. I do a program we call the Griot Collective, and we try to interview people in the community that are doing good things, or we talk about historical events or social issues. And Brother Chris always does a fantastic job of bringing up videos that I asked him to bring up, and he just brings them up, and we try to keep people informed. So hope you'll check that out. It's always Thursday evenings from 8 until 9 right here on The Voice, 17104 Harrisburg. This is good stuff. Thank you, Chris, for straightening that out, man. So there are all kinds of different ways that you can check us out here on on The Voice with the Writers Workshop, and also with the Griot Collective. And so, hey, nice. Another thing is, I do want to start talking about some of the other things we do offer. For example, through Life Esteem, which my wife created years ago and founded. She has Life Esteem Incorporated, which is her training organization. She also has the Life Esteem Holistic Health and Wellness Center. Through both of those agencies, we're able to offer family programs that are free to the public. And those family programs are funded by Dauphin County Drug and Alcohol Office. And we have a number of people who come out who bring their children, both parents might come or one parent might come. You can bring extended family as well as your nuclear family. We have a cook that we hire that will prepare some really good food. And this is all free, by the way. And then we have our classes broken up into age appropriate classes. And at the end of the day, we give out all kinds of little gifts along the way. And also there's a certificate to be had at the end of our programs. So we do celebrating families. We do strengthening families. Oh, there's some pictures from it. Okay, there you go. That's Lillian Bates and also Tanya Daly. There they are working with some young people right there. There you see it. And you see Aaliyah, the older girl there in the white shirt. And you can see some other folks right there. Okay, this is great. Chris, thank you, man. And these are some of the young people that bring out their children, and we have a great time. Right now, we're located at 3600 Vartan Way, which is a wonderful church. It's Living Springs Redeemed Christian Church of God, but it's also the home of Life Esteem Ministries, Redeemed Christian Church of God, which I am the pastor of, and my wife, assists me as well as Reverend Bill White. And we have an online ministry, and we do a lot of things in the community and all that kind of good stuff. But those are great pictures. And again, those are free programs. We're just finishing up, quite frankly, that particular program that you just saw, and that's Celebrating Families. It's a 16-session program, and we do it twice a week. So that means over 8 weeks, we cover some 16 different topics, and we have a lot of fun. And again, the food is good, the fellowship is good, and the education is even better. And you can easily be a part of that. Give my wife a call at 717-608-2302. That's 717-608-2302. And you can become a part of Celebrating Families. We also offer another curriculum called Strengthening Families, which is 14 weeks. So over 14 weeks and 14 sessions over 7 weeks. So we offer the classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. At least it may be a Monday or Wednesday, but it's twice a week. And then also we offer what's called Strong African American Families. All three of these programs are called evidence-based programs. They are tested, tried, and true, and they're offered all throughout the country. And we offer them right here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and we offer them for free, thanks to Dauphin County Drug and Alcohol Office, who funds the program and oversees the program to make sure we're doing a good job. And we've been doing these programs for a long time. So we hope that you'll come out. So why do I bring all this up? Because here at the Writers WordShop, we're about information. We're also about, education as well as creativity. And so, this is what it's all about. A lot of the writers that come on, such as Ro Brady, is a former teacher. And she also, in fact, she's still teaching that today as we speak. She's also a published writer and a director of her own plays, as well as she has novels, and also she has poetry, a poetry book that she's created. And then we have people like Wendy Nochirione, who's just an outstanding poet and an excellent trainer of writers as well. And then you have Dr. Dan Snowden, who is a scientist, and he has his own style of writing, and he's writing, and we're encouraging him to put out his first book of poetry, which we think children would really love, just based on some of the stuff he writes about. We have Nazil Powder. She's out of New York City, and she's an excellent poet. I mean, she writes all the time, and she's originally from Trinidad and Tobago, great writer. We have Neil Owens out of North Carolina, who comes on, and Neil is an excellent writer, novelist, and what a treasure he is, and a really serious brother about his writings, and so we're really glad to have him. Queenie Clem comes on from time to time. She's an educator, not only a teacher, but an administrator, and she's out of South Carolina. And she does Queenie's Corner, and she's brought us over the years some outstanding poets and writers that have been on her platforms, which she offers throughout the year. She offers various platforms that allow writers such as myself and others, Queenie and Ro and others, to speak to the nation. So she'll have a panel, and she'll have a panel, maybe 6 or 8 writers, and we get a chance to talk about some things that are going on in our lives, and things, books will be published and all that kind of good stuff. And I know I'm missing somebody. There's Ro. Hey, Ro Brady, how you doing? Ro's coming on right now. I just mentioned Ro.
Can you hear
And
me?
how are you? I see you real good. I don't hear you yet, but I see you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, I hear you loud and clear. Yes, indeed. How are you?
My
You
volume
good?
was,
Huh?
yeah, I'm sleepy, but I'm good.
Okay, all right. I understand sleepy, believe me. I know you're working all the time and kicking it. But anyhow, yeah, so those are some things going on, and I'm so glad Rose has joined us tonight. And yeah, hope that we get a few more people on, but we're going to be talking about all the upcoming things. By the way, let's jump right into a row. I'm going to keep reminding these folks, oh, I do want to take out an ad. And so I did get
Okay.
that. Is it too late yet to take out
No,
an ad?
no,
Okay.
no.
All right. So how do I get the funding to you guys? Oh, by the way, folks, we're talking about the upcoming play, Hair Story, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. It's going to take place in May the 4th through the
The 10th, the 9th and the 10th performances are students' performances.
okay.
But we're excited. Rehearsals are going extremely well.
Well, I see where Alana Cornish is part of the cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that's fantastic. And also, I know some other folks who are in it, and I'm just wishing the best for it. It looks really good. And so, anyhow, we're going to talk about that in a minute, folks. But there are opportunities for ads to be taken out in the booklet, and also for sponsorship. So, before we talk about the play itself, Ro, can you tell us about how people need to take out an ad or a sponsorship?
Well, sure. If you want to take out an ad, you can contact Janet Bixler. But if you contact me on robraddyproductions.com, I can get your information to Janet Bixler for an ad. It's being sponsored by the Links Incorporated. And we are looking for sponsorships. And I know I sent you the sponsorship form. So if anybody out there owns a business, those entrepreneurs who want to get their name out there, look us up. You'll be able to take out an ad for our playbill. So it's Hair Story. The production is going to be at the Gamut Theater from May the 4th through the 10th. But public performances are May the 4th through the 7th. And then there are 2 performances for high school students that are going to be on the 9th and the 10th.
Fantastic. This is great. And I took that call real quick because I realized there's a good brother who has a sister from Africa. She's from Liberia. And she's a famous singer, a very famous singer. And so she's going to be coming on the show in a little bit here. I'm going to meet with her. And then
that's exciting.
try to get her here and feature her, but also we want to try to get her hooked up here in Harrisburg because she's in this area now. So I'm excited about that when people discover us and say, hey, I went to WordShop to be a part. So anyhow, but back to the show. This looks really good. So I'll be taking out the ad. Like I said, I want to encourage others to do the same. And I hope that you will get tickets in advance and support this fantastic endeavor by Maria Chow, Ro Brady, and then all the other persons that are involved, from the cast to all the people behind the scenes. We want to make this thing happening. And I understand I missed out on Ann and Emmett. I understand it was fantastic.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I wanted to go too.
I did too.
Yeah, I really wanted to go to that. I was going to go Sunday. I was just so incredibly tired. It was like I could not really bring myself to do one more thing. And
yes,
Sunday came and I thought, oh, it's 7:30. I should go.
But that was Sankofa African American Theater Company that put that on. And they also put on the second, what is it called? The Eighth Ward, the second.
The Eighth Ward.
Yeah.
No, I did go see that. It was really good.
Okay, yeah. Everybody was, it's a couple of things I've missed here, but we went to see other shows and this and that. Like you said, you can't do everything, but I do want to constantly support and lift up, the Sankofa African American Theater Company.
And she is amazing.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Yeah,
What is the name of Maria Child's company again?
Oh, Reclaim Artist Collective.
The Reclaimed Artist Collective. Okay, fantastic. Yeah. So those are 2 major players in the Harrisburg, Pennsylvania area that are offering, really stellar theater that's geared towards the African American community, but it's open to everybody, of course, but it's telling our stories. And I'm so glad that you've hooked up with them, Ro. We hooked up with
Mhm.
Maria to tell your story. And you've done some things on your own. You've done some plays on your own, which have been really, really good as well. So hats off to you.
Oh,
So this is what it's all about. Yeah, yeah.
it was nice to really just be able to focus, because when you do your own plays, there's so much to focus on, and it's just nice to focus on just somebody else's writing and being able to help them bring their vision to stage.
I
And
often thought about my brother
yeah,
like that. Yeah, sorry about that. I often thought about my brother like that. He's done some outstanding plays, but he was the cook, the bottle washer,
exactly, yeah.
and I'm like, no, man, yeah, you got to open that thing up because it's just too much, like you said. And he's a really good writer who does some really good stuff.
Mhm.
But it could have been so much bigger and so much better if you just open that up to other roles. So it's all good. But I hope that he comes out with some more stuff sooner or later because it's good stuff. But anyhow, don't forget that there's two things coming up I want to talk about real quick. April the 8th, out at 900 South Arlington Avenue, which is next Saturday, by the way, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, we're having an Easter egg hunt, and we hope to have vendors out. We hope to have, oh, there you go. It's the community Easter egg hunt, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. April the 8th, pictures with Easter eggs, bunnies, food, music, poetry. Come on now. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's
Are
going
you
to be
dressing
right there
up in your bunny suit?
on the lawn. I'll say it again.
Are you dressing up in your bunny suit?
Oh, I never take it off. You know that. Come on now.
Okay.
This is the way I work. No, but yeah, I have no idea who's going to do that. But I guarantee you, Ro, it won't be me. Okay. But anyhow, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So, hats off to my partner in crime and rhyme, and that is Nicole Wilkerson. She really does some good stuff. We want to thank Aetna, Insurance, for stepping up to the plate and doing great stuff. Great lady out there by the name of Kiera, and we'll be talking more about her, and also so many others who have stepped up and are doing, supporting this. And so anyhow, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's gonna be different times for different ages and all that kind of stuff. We'll talk about that. I'll get Nicole on here to kind of break that down for us. But we want everyone to come out. It's a free event, of course, and we're gonna have vendors, music, food, just a lot of fun. So please support that. That's April the 8th. On April the 16th, we're going to be at the State Museum, and we have another outstanding, offering called the Youth Poetry Showcase, and it's actually a competition. Young people from around the area, no matter which school they go to, as long as it's 9th grade through 12th grade, they're invited to come in and do some poetry and win prizes. You can win $250 for the first place, $100 for second place, $50 for third place, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And there's no such thing as a loser. Everybody's going to have some, takeaway or whatever. And just the fact that you bring your poetry and you present it will make you a winner. Also, we're going to feature two outstanding people. One young lady, oh my goodness, I don't have it in front of me here, but anyhow, the flyers being made up. She's only in the 4th grade, and she is a spoken word artist, and she goes to Scott Elementary. And I was called and told that she has brought the house down during one of their assemblies, and they would like to feature us to feature her. So she will be there, and I'm gonna get her name and make sure we give her props. She will be on the flyer, but also we're going to have outstanding poet Tiger Rose with us that day, and he's gonna be a featured poet. And so that's Sunday, April the 16th at the State Museum of Pennsylvania from 12:30 p.m. until 4 p.m. And we'll have vendors, a lot of fun with the poetry, and also, hopefully some poets from the Writers Workshop, such as Ro Brady and others who may be able to be there to, give their poetry as well, and hopefully sell their books. Y'all got books, come on,
Just
sell
ordered
books.
some new books.
Oh, excuse me.
I
Yeah.
said I just ordered some. I'm going to do another order over the weekend. I'll be selling
Okay.
them at the play too. So Maria and
I would
I.
hope that also you would that's great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. And I don't know if I got all your books. So I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna get some of your books. If I don't have one, I need to get it. But anyhow, also will you have tickets that day for the play, the hair story?
You mean on the 16th?
Yeah.
I have to check with Janet if that's a possibility.
Yeah. If you can sell tickets,
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, maybe I'll talk to Mary James and Janet Bixler and find out if maybe RAC wants to get a table and do tickets. Because usually
Because
a
I'd
table
imagine,
is like,
yeah, I'd imagine if the people want to start
yeah,
getting tickets early for that. Yeah, you know,
yeah, the 16th. That'll be I definitely want to tell them about that.
that's good. That's real good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let Janet know.
Good stuff.
I'm sure they'll want to get a table, and Maria and I'll probably be at a table together talking about RAC.
Fantastic. Good, 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 good. Don't forget, folks, don't sleep on the Writers Workshop and Life Esteem channels, by the way, here on The Voice, 17104 Harrisburg. Is called Voice TV, I believe. And, you know, there's some 19 stations, I believe, that are up and running. And we'll have Brother Chris come on a little bit later and talk about that to make sure you know that we do have these channels and that you should be taking advantage of them. They're up 24/7 all the time. They're right there. And they do have our various programs on them. So I want to tell you about that. Also, if you're an early riser on Sunday mornings, which I hope you are, 6 a.m., you can turn to Channel 21, WHP TV 21 in the Harrisburg area, Greater Central Pennsylvania, let's put it that way. Or you could probably find definitely most of the shows right here on The Voice TV, on the Life Esteem and Writers Workshop channels, especially Life Esteem. And you can check out Life Esteem itself. And thank you, Brother Chris. There it goes. It's voicetv.org. Go to voicetv.org. You can watch, share, and promote the Writers Workshop and also Life Esteem. Okay? Check it
Oh,
out.
the Denzel picture.
Huh?
It's Denzel.
This Zell
Denzel picture. It's your Denzel picture.
Oh, that I was thinking of Zell out of New York. I kept thinking Lizelle. I'm like, what's she saying? Lizelle's on
Denzel picture.
the Denzel.
That's a nice picture of you.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh man. But anyhow, yeah, Brother Chris pulled that poster together. I like that poster. Very nicely done. So anyhow, check that out if you can get a chance to. That's what I have right now. And I don't know. Is there anything else coming up road other than the play? Anything else you have popping? I know there's some, you mentioned before a couple conferences or something that you said you may be attending.
Oh yeah, there is it's not a local one. It's a virtual conference. It's called Inkers Con.
Okay.
It's in July. They sent me the information. You can register for it. If you go under Inkers Con, I'm sure you can register for it. I just happen to be on their like newsletter and things like that. So I get all the conferences, but it's one I've been going to the Diverse Readers and Writers Conference now for, oh gosh, 3 or 4 years. And I thought I'd venture out this time and do another one. So this one's in July.
Okay, very good.
Well,
Now, okay, that's excellent. Now, spell that for us. It sounds like it's just INKERS.
Yes, Inkers Con.
Okay, Inkers.com. Okay, fantastic. So we'll check that out. Inkers.com. I'm gonna check that out myself. Sounds interesting.
I
Yeah.
left my phone upstairs. When you try to remind me, I'll go upstairs and I'll send you the link.
Okay, fantastic. Real good.
I didn't
Real
bring
good.
my phone down.
But yeah, don't sleep on that. There's a number of things going on. You know what I've lost touch with? I have no idea if it's still going on, is the Harlem Book Fair. I don't know. And I don't know if Brother Chris, if you have a chance to, is there a video out there, Brother Chris, that shows the Harlem Book Fair? I know I'm throwing this on you at the last minute here, but in years past, we've gone every year to the Harlem Book Fair. And I'm telling you, it's always been outstanding. I know it kind of got a little bit smaller over the years, you know, because, you know, so many different things. And maybe after COVID, maybe they stopped it altogether. I don't know. But I used to love the Harlem Book Fair. My goodness. Yeah.
What month is it?
It usually, I think, is in June or July. I'm not real sure. I think June sticks out of my mind for some reason. And we used to take a bus up, or we would just go up on our own. The last time I think we went up on a train and just, you know, Pat and I, and we decided to go to a play. So we went to the Harlem Book Fair first. We went to play. We used to run into Sonia Sanchez up there. A lot of folks from Harrisburg would go up. All of the major publishers were always there. They had it on C-SPAN. And they would always, you know, be in the crowd with their cameras and everything. And then at the Schoenberg exhibit, Schoenberg Library, they would have these wonderful, panel discussions at a high level. I mean, these were some major heavy hitters that would come in, such as Michael Eric Dyson, whatever. And all this is free. You just walk in, and there's Sonia Sanchez, Michael Eric Dyson, you name them. Usually they had them there. Okay? And so then you also discovered a lot of writers that you never heard of before, because everybody's selling a book, everybody. And I know Terry was an author there before. Terry Martinez, she had a table there before selling some of her books, and and it wasn't cheap either to do that, but you had such a big audience. You had such a big audience to draw from. I mean, So anyhow, again, I'll look to see if the Harlem Book Fair 2023 is.
If it is, I'd be interested in attending.
Oh yeah, I would. Yeah, I have no idea. I didn't go the last 2 years because of just
COVID. Yeah,
but I would look it up. But if there's any footage on that, Brother Christopher, you can just show us the Harlem Book Fair. In the summertime, there's a lot of great book fairs that exist. Let's see what this is. Oh, okay, Harlem Book Fair minute. Good. Okay, thank you, brother.
My granddaughter, she's a good reader, and so I brought her down to pick out some books with my doggy.
I'm a native New Yorker.
And I'm from D.C.
We came from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm from Senegal, West Africa.
Oh, it brings the community out. It brings people from all over the world. It's just a good place to meet and see books.
Some of the great black authors of our time are here. I mean, poets. I met Nigel last night. I met Sanja Sanchez. I got to meet all kind of prolific writers and poets. So I just feel like I'm in this literary heaven right now.
My book has been out now for roughly a year. I came here from Hampton, Virginia, and I've been adopted by a couple of book clubs in the area. And when I leave here, a lot more people will know about me and what I do.
I love the Harlem Book Fair, man. Good mother. Yeah, I want to see if that's still kicking. That was just a happening. And we we centered our summer around that. That was first and foremost on our list every single year. And we just we went up by bus trips and all that. Then Pat and I decided it was better to just go up on our own. That way we didn't have to worry about the bus leaving at a certain time and that kind of thing. And we would also take advantage of Harlem. We would go down into the city and walk around and go to the Apollo Theater, go to the Magic Johnson Theater and all that kind of stuff. Well, man. Memories. I love that thing.
Yeah, let me know.
Oh, yes, absolutely. If we can find any information on it, let me see here. What's going on? What's up? Join us for the 25th. Okay. September 20th. Oh, okay. Wait a minute now. The Harlem Fair will celebrate its 25th year on Friday, September the 22nd. What? Yeah, okay. Inaugural induction. The Harlem Book Fair will take place on Saturday, September the 23rd. Okay. Excellent. So that's the biggie. Saturday, September the 23rd from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Plaza of the Harlem State Office Building on West 125th Street in Harlem. Okay. So, and I'm not sure if they've moved, if that's the same place they always had it, but it probably is. But anyhow, thank you, Brother Chris. Yeah. And it's in September too. That's the other thing. Hey, how you doing, Nanette?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I won't complain.
All right, there you go. Say it with a smile, though.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I'm sort of stressed out because it's another dog that was in the porch, and he's under two doors down. He's laying under that porch. He's been there like almost all day, and I know he's hungry.
Oh boy!
But I threw a bone out in the field, hoping maybe he'd go over there and get it, but he's not budging. He's like sick or something.
Oh no!
Because he was back under my steps a few minutes ago, but then he went back over there because it's a cardboard or something that he can lay on or something.
Oh man!
Yeah.
There's no other kind of food you can take out to him, or do I don't know.
This was a ham bone I had in my freezer, and I've cooked it down a little bit. Yeah, it's a big ham bone.
What about also? Is there what can you call, like, what is it called? The animal shelter or ASPC or something?
Animal rescue.
No, I called the police earlier
Okay,
and told
What
them.
did they say?
okay.
I don't know what they're gonna do. They know it's out here because I even sent them a text message with the
Wow.
picture of the dog on on the lady's porch. And when he came under my porch with his face looking up, he looks like he just wants some love.
Probably does.
But I'm not the lover of pit bulls.
I hear you. You don't want me down there, that's for sure. I'm not a dog man at all.
The one that they took away on what was that, Wednesday night, he was fighting for dear life. He knocked out some of my posts on my porch because they had that thing around his neck.
Oh, they came and got him.
They
Okay.
got, there was two of them. It's two of them. They
Wow.
come and got the one on Wednesday night,
Yeah.
the more aggressive one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
huh?
Be careful. You heard about that lady who was attacked by that dog, didn't you?
Great Dane, Great
Yeah.
Dane. She was mauled to death. Yeah.
Huh? What
Yeah,
kind of dog is this on
unbelievable.
your porch?
These are two pit bulls.
Oh,
Oof.
yeah, definitely don't. No.
And
Yeah.
the one doesn't look, he looks sick, he doesn't look aggressive, but you don't know. You never know.
Yeah, he might attack you. Don't go out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, let that go.
Stay in the
Oh,
house.
wow. Well, if they came once, then maybe they'll come again and get this dog as well, you know.
I wish they would. Well, the other lady, she's been coming out because she has 3 kids over there. And I told her, I said, there's a dog under you. That dog's under your porch. So she's been out there looking at it. I think she gave it some water or something.
No,
Yeah.
they
Well,
just want
keep
to
feeding it,
stay.
you never know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing now, you're a writer. Write about that dog. You talk about the dog's plight, you know.
I'm tired. He's exhausting me. Just when I look
Advocate
at
for
him,
that dog.
see where he's at.
All right now. Sing it, man. Look, write a song about him. Oh my goodness. Well, listen, anyhow, we were talking about the Harlem Book Fair real quick, folks, and I want to thank Brother Chris Thomas. He just made my day. I don't know why that jumped into my spirit, but I was thinking that it would be in like June or July, something like that. But it's in September, which gives us plenty of time to plan. And so
September
what I'm
what?
hoping to do, the Harlem Book Fair is in September. The only problem I have, oh Lord, I just thought about it. So my dear wife, she takes dialysis, and it's always a Tuesday, a Thursday, and a Saturday. So she gets
What
out
date
at a
is
certain
that?
time. Well, the Harlem Book Fair is on a Friday night and a Saturday. Saturday is always the biggest day. That's when you have the big book fair. Friday night, they always have a special event, but Saturday from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. Up at the Adam Clayton Powell Plaza, they're going to have a big book fair. It's really well worth it. And even if we left out of here at New York takes what, about 2.5, 3 hours maybe to get to, what is it? 2
Yeah,
hours?
depending on the traffic.
Yeah, it depends on traffic and stuff. But you know, you take a train up and all because that's going to take long. But anyhow, yeah. So I definitely want to get up there though.
You have a date? You have a date for it?
September the 23rd.
23rd. 3 days.
September 22nd.
3 days
23rd.
before
Yeah.
my birthday.
Oh, that's
Oh,
even
that'll
better.
be a nice little birthday trip.
That's even better. Yeah, so I'm gonna see if we can work something out with that. Yeah, because I definitely want to, get up there. Even if I'm up there for half a day, would be fine with me because it's just well worth it. Yeah, so good stuff.
Saturday would be a nice trip.
It would be. Yeah, it'd be a beautiful trip.
Maybe
Okay.
somebody can plan a bus.
Yeah.
I like
There's no
that.
question.
Like
And
a
usually there is a bus that goes up. I'm sorry, would you say, bro?
Like maybe a 12-passenger bus.
Oh, how about a 47 passenger? But come on now, we can take some folks up there. I know some people that have a small 12 passenger buses, and so I don't know if they would, what it would cost, but I know we took it was one of those limousines, like a 12 passenger limousine from here to DC. No, where did we go? Went to Atlantic City for the AXO competition. By the way, thank you, Nanette, for putting up with that AXO process this year.
Oh my goodness, I was tense with that.
Oh my goodness! But you know what though? It's always such a rewarding thing to get these young people, to showcase their prowess, whether it be in science or whether it be in poetry, whatever. 32 different categories. And next Saturday, April the 8th, we will have our awards ceremony at the Whitaker Center for Science and the Arts.
Yeah,
And
I got it on my calendar.
and that is free. And then we want you to come out, folks, and support these young people. There we will be announcing the winners and all the different categories, and there'll be gold, silver, and bronze. But quite frankly, any young person who participated is a winner. So we don't have any losers, but we will have some gold medalists who will be going on to the national competition, which will be in Boston, Massachusetts, I believe I think it's July the 25th. It's like 4 days in July, something like that. So anyhow, we'll be taking those young people to Boston, Massachusetts to compete against other young people from around the country. And believe me, they do bring it. It is a spectacular. I wish both of you could go to the national to see this thing, because they really do lay it out nicely. And whoever puts that on, I mean, I know the guy, I can picture him, I can't call his name. Boy, do they work. They really had that thing down to a science. And so you want to see Black excellence on full display, go to the National NAACP AXO conference and watch these 800 or so young people who come in and participate and compete, and then party and have just a great time. And everything is laid out, everything is first class. And
you need any chaperones?
Well, he does. Pat and I usually chaperone along with Kava Brunson, Makita Brunson, and Damali Brunson. And then there may be a school teacher or two that goes. We went down to San Antonio, Texas, which is the furthest I've ever traveled with them. And it was once again off the chart. Well done. There's some teachers from Harrisburg School District went down with us. Had a great time.
I would consider that if, they paid my way.
Oh, hey, listen now. That's the other thing about it. I will give Copper Brunson all his props. The brother raises funds through sponsors. He gets the sponsors, and we have traveled with them extensively for the last, I would say, close to 10 years, and never had to pay a dime. He always has the hotels laid out, the transportation laid out, whether we fly or take a bus. And then, hey, glory be to God, gives us a stipend, and we just have a great time. And the young people have never disappointed us. They've never acted up. No one drinks, no one acts crazy. And they tell you right from the beginning, if you do, you are out of there. And they have security come in and talk about, all the things you need to know. And there are major stars walking around. And Anthony Anderson from Blackish, and I just start going down the line, all these different people, they're there. And so you ain't gonna be out there acting up and acting a fool and still be there. They will escort you up out of there. But it's really, we've never had that problem. It's just really a great time. So
yeah,
hats off to the AXO competition. And hats off to the local NAACP of Harrisburg. They've made this happen now since the 1990s. And really well done. And Copper Brunson has been really the spearhead behind it. This year we made a major debacle with that. We tried to do it online again. Last year was a little bit smoother. But next year, in years to follow, we'll be doing it in person again. That always was so much smoother, and it just so we'll be doing that next year. So anyhow, again, thank you though for participating. I know Ro, the only reason why Ro's been a judge for years, she couldn't because she's in rehearsal for this hair story and everything. And then Nanette came in and she was excellent and helping out, and Pat and Nanette. And who else was in your group?
Janelle Knight. And Dr. Day.
Dr. Brenda Day, yep, out of Clarion University. Yeah, Janelle Knight, of course, was from Channel 27 News, for years. And she just stepped down from that. And but she was one of our judges as well. So yeah, good stuff. And I do believe that James Crummell will again be the MC next Saturday for the award ceremony.
Oh, okay.
And so we're looking forward to that too. So anyhow, hats off to everybody all around. Ro, did you have anything to read tonight?
Sure.
Okay. Annette, how about you? Did you have anything you want to read tonight or offer up tonight?
No, I didn't really prepare anything.
Okay. You know what I would like you to think about though? I asked you at one time about expanding your the presentation that you do for us with the enslavement songs,
right?
And the narrative and everything. That is really well done. And I hope that, have you ever recorded that, by the way?
No.
So one day, what I'd love to see you do is publish, write it up, the narrative part, and then let the songs, I know songs are copyright and all that kind of stuff, but either refer to the songs or get permission to publish the songs like they do in these other song books, the African-American hymnal and all that kind of stuff, they're in there. And actually have that as a book, and maybe even have it illustrated, It's a wonderful teaching tool. Yeah. Just something to think about.
Yeah, okay.
And I know someone who would help you publish that. That would be Terry Martinez, who has T-Dub Publishing. She's like our official publisher for, the Writers Workshop. So yeah, and she's constantly writing and producing her own stuff, so yeah.
That's Pat's daughter?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Terry Martinez, right next door to me right here. She lives right next to us. But she's good. And she can get it on Amazon and that kind of thing. So yeah. Think about it. Get you to be a published author yet now. Or even if you just did the narrative, you don't even have to do the songs. The songs could be what you do in person, but you just the narrative, just writing up the history of those songs, and talking about it. You can make that.
Would that be like plagiarism? Because I did really get that off of YouTube, and I put it together, but I did get that off of,
You mean the narrative?
The things that was said when I talk about,
No, just expand on it. No, don't plagiarize. That's just history. Whoever put it on YouTube, they didn't make it up. That's just history. That's all. And so they just took the history and told you. So you could actually add to it. There's other stories out there. There's so much. Yeah, because you just give us the framework, but you could add so much more to that whole story.
Yeah, there's lots.
Yeah, no. Just do your original research. That's all. You'll be okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, Harrisburg played a great part in the Underground Railroad.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could even interview people and let that be a part of it as well. Just interview some folks who know about, the Underground Railroad and let them speak out of their own voice. Someone like Linwood Sloan, sit down with, he's a master storyteller and historian. Linwood really knows that stuff. So ask them about it and interview it, and then, publish it. Yeah. Ro, did you publish anything for I'm sorry. Did you publish anything for the latest Black Wall Street?
Yeah, I did. I did it on Hair Story.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Real good. Do you know if it came out yet?
I know. Jenny told me they were only doing digital this time.
Oh,
so it might be online. Usually when I look at my IG, that's when I discover it.
Okay.
I don't know why they were only doing digital, but she said it's not going to be print.
Oh wow!
As soon as it comes out on digital, I told Maria and Janet we really have to push the story, because we don't have the hard copies this time.
Is that going to be on like Facebook? Because I noticed a lot of times I put it on, like Facebook or something.
Yeah,
like that.
usually I see it. Usually I find it on IG, Instagram, and that's when I'm like, oh yeah, the article I wrote is out, and then
okay.
Yeah, but she told me it was only going to be online this time.
I know it costs money to, and a lot of people who go to print, they find out that it's expensive, You try to keep it going. If you don't have a lot of ads coming in, then yeah. And so that's not a bad idea. I hope people really pick up on it though, and will, check it out. Yeah, I did submit a couple things, late kind of thing, but I hope they got it and was able to use it. I don't know if they did or not, but anyhow, we'll see. But yeah, okay, good stuff. Good. Okay, well, Ro, I'm going to ask Brother Chris if he doesn't mind doing a piece for us. No, we're going to have you first, Ro. If you'll do a poem first, and then after your poem, we'll have the first video for tonight. Okay?
Oh, okay.
I mean, after your reading, not poem, but after your reading. Yeah.
I haven't read this in a while. It's called These Words. The edges are pointed, but not meant to be sharp, nor painful, but they are. They don't rest gently in the back of the throat. They are not smooth like the pebbles found at the bottom of a contented heart. These words are coarse, like the nappy hair of a tender-headed child. These words take no courses on eloquent grace. These words don't sit at the table, dining on spoonfuls of softness and comforting tidbits.
They are full of missteps and hard knocks that land in places where a hard head and a soft behind make no never mind. Pieces of the puzzle, lashes of the tongue, these words are eyes that pierce and drop you over dead. These words are piercing, painful, and prideful. These words regretfully are ours. They linger on all of our tongues, taken residency in the crevices of our minds. These words can't be taken back, swallowed whole, or chewed on like tender, juicy morsels of forgotten, forbidden, unwanted treasures. These words, our words, must not be spoken in moments of prideful anger and lustful deceit. These words, our words, beg, beseech the receiver for forgiveness of these words.
That's good. Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just the way you weave stuff is so good. So thank you. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah. Let's ask Brother Chris if he will show the first video for the night.
Every time I'm asked if I'm doing okay, I smile awkwardly and say, yeah, I'm doing fine. When secretly inside I'm screaming, help me, please. I wish that someone could hear me. I wish that someone could understand me. I wish that the pain inside of me would die. I wish. I've tried to die, but suicide has never accepted me as one of its own, and now for the third time, I'm being locked away. This psychiatric ward has felt more like home than my actual home, and they're telling me I'm crazy, when really I'm just hurting. Hoping, praying that someone would just listen to me. Listen to me. Throughout my life, I've always lost everyone close to me. They never valued me. So why should I value me? Why is my life worth living when I have no one around me to share it with? But I'm not going to give up. I refuse to give up because I know somewhere someone is listening to me. Someone will talk to me, and maybe that someone will help me. What is up? It's your boy Ron Banks, and as always, if you enjoyed this poem, make sure you give a thumbs up for me. As you can see.
Right, that's good. That's good. Yeah, any thoughts?
It seems as though that cry is in a lot of people these days, especially the younger people that are hurting and, hiding it. And you never know what somebody's going through. The suicide deaths among the young people, they really are crying out for help. But how do we reach some of them? I don't know.
Yeah.
I was speaking with someone today who lost someone through suicide. And I think, when you are a family member who has lost somebody from suicide, it's the thing that you put in the back of your mind. I don't think the death is the thing that you forget about, but I think how they died. The individual seems to as though this is just, you had a family member who passed away from a heart attack or cancer or something like that. And I think it's so much easier for them to accept the death of a loved one if they think of it as a normal process and not the unusual way they died. Talking to this individual was almost as if, if we had a loved one who died of cancer or heart attack.
Yeah.
When you say suicide, there's a stigma attached to that. And when we think about how, as Christians, we say, that's something that we just don't believe in or think that's happening. But there are so many people who are Christians who feel like there is no other way, I should say proclaim Christianity, and feel like there is no other way. But I do, I've, and this is not the first person that I've encountered who has lost a loved one through suicide. And it's if that's the part of the death that they put behind them and focus on, like I said, I don't know, it's hard to explain that.
Because they don't understand it.
Yes. And they kind of shove that part, like they died from something we commonly think of, not suicide.
Yeah, I like the title of his poem, Hurting Deep Inside. And then after he got through stand up on, hey, this is your boy Ronald Banks and the blah, blah, blah. So obviously he was portraying the deep hurt and pain that someone can go through. I mean, when you first listen to that, you're wondering if he actually is going through that himself. Yeah. But one of the things that I remember, we had this wonderful writer's workshop once where we talked about, can I write about something to use my creative juices to explain or to talk about an issue that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going through it. In other words, he may not have been suicidal at all, but he tried to put himself in the mindset of somebody who is suicidal, hurting deep inside, boom. And remember we had the guy Brown, I forget his full name, but his wife, he was married to Smith, the great black female writer. And he said one of the things that they dealt with was she did a piece on being a white skinhead. She's a dark-skinned black woman, but she did this piece and she came out and said, I'm a skinhead. And she started talking about niggas and da-da-da and using all this language. And he was like, where'd that come from? He's a white guy himself, Michael Brown. His wife was a black woman, but she's an outstanding poet and professor. And so when she did that piece, he was like, where'd that come from? Why? And she said, I don't know. The spirit kind of hit me and I wanted to speak from his voice to talk about what he was feeling and seeing and thinking. And then he did a piece on being either a woman or racist, something like that, something totally opposite of what he is. He said, because I thought about it, I want to do the same thing. So he tried to put himself in that place. And she was like, well, why would you write that? Kind of thing. So yeah, trying to capture, the emotions, the thoughts and all that kind of stuff is very real. So I say all that to say, I actually preached a funeral where a person not only committed suicide, but it was a murder suicide, He actually killed his wife and then he killed himself. And he left a note for his mother saying, please forgive me, blah, blah, blah. And there was, his brother who said he was so upset because he would never see his brother again, that, when you commit suicide, you're definitely going to hell, blah, blah, blah. And so I said to him, that's not what the Bible says. The Bible says, first off, that the only unpardonable sin is what? Is blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. That's the only sin God said I will not forgive you for. Blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. And then the other thing we always say as Christians is, with God, all things are possible. God can forgive anybody want to forgive, and this and that, and it's always left up to God. So anyhow, that was a hard funeral to preach. But also I remember walking with a local pastor, I won't mention his name, at Howard University, and then 2 weeks later he jumped off of the State Street Bridge and killed himself. And he was an extremely popular pastor. I was
thinking about him right then.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And it's like, why in the world is great? And he was a great guy. I mean, everyone knew him and everyone loved him, but he had an issue we didn't know about. The family knew about it. And so, so the question is, how do you preach that funeral? And I remember I was in CPE at the time, clinical pastoral education, and we had that discussion. People were like, well, what does that do now to the Christian community that a great Christian leader like himself, would commit suicide? But he didn't just commit suicide. I mean, he actually had an issue that just took him out of his mind. He didn't take his medicine. And so all the forces, and then boom, he jumped off that bridge. The pain is so deep. That's what I like about the title, Hurting Deep Inside. It is hard to imagine what that looks like. How can you be hurting deep inside? But I will tell you, and I'm gonna let it go after this. I never forget taking Prozac, and we drove out to the African American fair out in Indianapolis, Indiana. And I'm driving. I looked at Pat and I said, Pat, something's not right. I mean, I had taken the stuff. They got on because of, I think I had shingles or something. And I said, what is going on? All of a sudden, I'm thinking about suicide. That's all I could think about. I'm like, what the, so I remember we pulled over and I called my doctor and I said, doctor, it's not, and she said, oh, well, one of the side effects can be that. She said, here's the problem though. She said, you can't just stop taking it. You have to wean yourself off of it. She says, so, we're going to monitor you this and that. She said, but start taking a lighter dose each day, And she said, but yeah, that's one of the side effects. I'm like, tell me that before I take this stuff.
But you ever watch those commercials of about medication, and then like you're taking the medication for something like, I've got a hangnail and I need some medication for the hangnails. So meanwhile, you're taking the medication for the hangnail, and the side effects are not only may your finger fall off, but your left eye may fall out, and your toenails will turn. Like 50,000 things of side effects.
Yeah, the medicine they gave me for my hip, the arthritis, it said, you could have a heart attack, stroke, you be suicidal, blah, blah, this and the other. I took it for a week. I said, I'm not taking no more of this stuff.
No.
It had me in a different mindset.
Yes.
So
I mean, I literally, we were on the 8th floor of a hotel. And when you walked out of the room, it had a rail. And then, it's this long drop over. And that thing haunted me that whole weekend. I mean, we were there for like 3 or 4 days. And I said to Pat, I said, this ain't working. And we wanted to get another room because I said, I got to be on the lower level because this thing is telling me to jump. And it was ugly. I said to myself, now I understand what people go through. I mean, I laid up that whole night. I said to Pat, if I get up out of this bed to go to the restroom, you make sure, because that thing talks to you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you, I'm only going to do that one time. Because that was torture. That was absolute torture. And I've never thought to myself, I'm walking with my back to the wall. And we're going, and I said, I cannot look out that way. And I'm looking at people, and I'm just kind of mostly and trying to act like I literally wanted my back to touch that wall so I could get into the room. I can only tell you folks, I didn't tell nobody that for the longest time except Pat. And I remember thinking, that was real.
Yeah, it does something to your psychic or something, to your mind.
Yeah. And I spoke to someone else afterwards, and they were telling me how they went through the same. They said, "Oh, they didn't tell you?" And she said, "No, if you can't take it, don't take it because it'll make you jump or something, But anyhow, that's me. That's not everybody on Prozac.
Yeah, but just think a weaker-minded person,
I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you, yeah, it really it's not good. So I don't want to judge anybody just because, like with the pastor. They said he literally stopped taking his medication. Because he stopped taking it, then he wouldn't take it because now he's manic and he's running all over the place. And they said he's just walking and talking real fast and sweating. And they were trying to find him all the time. And finally, he just stood there on the bridge like a statue. And the lady said that I was working with. She said, I saw him and I spoke to him and he didn't speak. She said, and I looked back and he was gone. She said, I thought he got in the car. And here he is, just jumped. So don't, not judging him and,
Yeah.
So anyhow, yeah. Let me do this here real quick. And again, thank you all for tuning in. This is the Writer's Workshop. We do this every Friday night. And we talk about a little of this, a little of that. We read some poetry. We invite you to write. There's some wonderful vehicles out there. Ro is an author, and I'm going to ask Ro to talk about some of her books in just a minute here. I have some books out myself as well. And Nanette is an excellent singer and writer, and she's beginning to find her voice as a poet. Yes, indeedy. And did a piece that's really good. This is a wonderful little book. I used to get this every year, and it came out. This is a whole different form, and it talks about Black authors and published writers dictionary and directory. I'm sorry, this is in 2018. And it's called the Black Literary Marketplace. And it's a different volume. They used to have this in a much bigger kind of thing and all that. But I've always used it to identify conferences and African-American writers from around the country. And I want to tell you, this is put together by Grace Publishing Company and always well done. But anyhow, for example, it has a lot of different sections in here. Conferences and expos. Now remember, this is 2018, so I'm not sure all these things still exist. I do know that the Harlem Book Fair still exists, thanks to Brother Chris, September the 22nd and 23rd, y'all. Harlem, New York, be there, be square. So there's the African American Arts Festival, right? And this is an annual county-wide celebration of African American arts, culture, and heritage, hosts seasonal and special exhibits, and it's also, and provides an environment of visual exposure, educational exchange, and a showcase for African American art and artists. And then there's a person here you can contact. This is in Greensboro, North Carolina, I'm sorry. And then there's the African American Book Club Summit, founded by Pamela Walker Williams. The annual summit is an excellent opportunity for book clubs to gather to discuss books, exchange ideas, develop strategies, and meet some of the country's finest authors. And Pamela puts this together. Now, this is out of, let me see, League City, okay. Oh, Texas, this is in Texas. League City, Texas. I never heard of it, but here it is. There's also in Atlanta, the Atlanta African Dance and Drum Festival, the African Deljai Cultural Institute, ADCI, coordinates classes, workshops, and conferences for African dance and drum. Also coordinates drum and dance for programs, weddings, and many types of events. And it gives you, this person's out of Atlanta, Georgia. And it goes on down the line. And there are pages of these expos and stuff like that. Let me just go over here. There's the Philadelphia Black Writers Conference, or called it the Philadelphia Writers Conference, which I've been to many, many times. It's an annual, traditionally held in early June, offers workshops, seminars, several manuscript wraps, and also cash prizes and certificates given, plus full tuition to first place winners. And this one is in New Jersey. But also there's the Pan-African Film Festival, there's the San Francisco Black Film Festival, Urban League Magazine annual industry conference. It goes on down the line, there's so many. They have a bunch of consultants listed in here who are African-American consultants for writers. Any writer looking for a consultant, there's a whole bunch of people listed in here who are doing great things. They have public relations people that are listed in here. These are all for and by Black people. There's the Black newspapers, and it tells you all the Black newspapers from around the country that are leaving, listed here. And so there's a whole section on that. Editorial services, Black editorial services are listed here. There's actors and, editors, and it goes on down the line. So anyhow, I'm not sure. This has been a while since I, got this. I used to get it every year, but it's called the Black Authors and Published Writers Directory. This was 2018. It's Black Literary Marketplace. And you look up Grace Publishing Company, and she does a fantastic job. I've actually talked to her on the phone of including, in fact, the Writers Workshop is in here somewhere. I forget exactly how she listed us, but we're here. But yeah, some really good stuff up in here. And a lot of individual Black writers. If you're a writer of note of any type, you can get yourself a mention right here, a page. And she gives you a nice bio write-up and the information on how to contact you and everything.
You see that?
You said you didn't know if they're still printing this?
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's been a while.
Is there a website listed on the book anywhere?
Say it again.
Is there a website listed on the book anywhere?
Yeah, here you go. It's www.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
You know how you have a bucket of pencils and only one the pencil in the whole bucket, right?
Look up once. There you go.
Well, but it's backwards.
www. Okay, it's BAP. BAP as Pat. WD as in dog. .com. www.bapwd.com. Okay. Her name is Grace Adams. Excuse me.
Okay.
Okay. And let me see. There's a phone number here too.
Oh.
I'll give you that. And she's out of Ferndale, Michigan. Phone number is area code 947-282-2830. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. And she first copyrighted this in 1993, and then the last time I got it was 2018. So she's been putting it out pretty consistent since she had 1993, 1995, and 2005, all the way up to 2018. She constantly published it. And really well done. Yeah, really well
What
done.
did you say the title of the book was again?
It is called Black Authors and Published Writers Directory. And then it's called the Black Literary Marketplace.
Mm.
Okay, so check it out. And if she's still doing it, you definitely want to be listed in here, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, find out how she did. And they have podcasts. You can put your if anyone is doing podcasts and all that kind of stuff. Producers. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be something for Maria too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is good
Okay.
stuff. Like I said, conferences and expos, all kinds of stuff. Yep.
Thank you.
That's what's that. Yep. So, and that's for anybody out there, all those out there who are listening to this program. And you're a writer of any type, or even a singer. Hello, somebody. Yeah, get yourself up in there, okay? Yeah. So, one of the things I really do hope we would do also is come over for our own, conference one day. I really know that we can make that happen and do a 1 or 2 day conference, or just a 1 day conference, really. I just came from a conference today for chaplains. We were up in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and we went to one of the hospitals up there, and I think we had 110 people in attendance, but they had a speaker there. This guy's an author. Never heard of him before in my life. White guy out of Philadelphia by the last name of Wicks, W-I-C-K-S, Dr. Something Wicks. That dude broke stuff down. He was fantastic. What a great presenter, but also a great writer. And I have one of his books. He gave out one of his books for free, but he's written prolifically, and he's known throughout the world, in the world of spirituality. And I'm like, okay, I never heard this guy. I'm a colleague too. We like it, but he had us in the palm of his hand. And his books, his writing is so good. It's like, wow, how do people exist like this? You don't know about them. And it's understandable. He's high academic, but he breaks it down to the point where I'm sitting there thinking, I understand this. I mean, ain't nothing he quoted Maya Angelou, he quoted everybody under the sun, but his concepts and the way he delivers, just outstanding. It's amazing who's walking planet Earth, and you don't always know, but the people who knew, they said, hey, this guy, he could be anywhere in the world right now, but he decided to come to us.
What was his name?
His last name is Wicks. I can get his
Wicks.
full name. Yeah, I'll get his full name. He has a number of books out. We brought back with us, and I'm going to use it for our chaplains training program and everything, because Homeboy was on the money. He was great. I could listen to him all day, really. So anyhow, having said that, let's go to another video. It's like 8:15, and we've only had one video up. Let's check out one more video here.
You see Dan on there?
Oh, Dan's on there?
Dan
Good
Snowden.
evening, Globe.
Oh,
Good evening, everybody.
Okay, hey Dan, how you
Hi.
doing?
Hello.
Thanks for yourself.
All right, good. We're getting ready to go to the video, and then we'll come back and we'll introduce Dr. Dan Snowden. Yeah.
Sure, I'll be standing by.
Okay. Hold me, please.
Go black girl, go black girl, go. Go black girl, go black girl, go. Go black girl, go black girl, go. Go. To be black and woman is to be criticized. Like, why you so mean? Like, why you so mad? Like, what you always yelling for? To be black and woman is to have beautiful features that are only beautiful on everybody else. Like Kylie, like Chloe, like Kim, like Iggy, like boxer braids, like big lips, like fat asses. To be black and woman is to lack sympathizers. Like Whitney Houston, the crackhead, but Amy Winehouse, the misguided soul. Like welfare queen, like baby mama, like ho, like ho, like ho. To be black and woman is to be expected to show up at everybody's protest. even though they won't show up to yours, find you unhashtag worthy, find you unlovable, find you replaceable, find it all right for you to lead the protest just as long as you don't receive the humanity that is being called for. Find it all right for you to lead the protest just as long as you don't receive the humanity being called for. To be black and woman is to be the sponge to everybody's trauma, and them not have the decency to wring you out after use. To be black and woman is to be gaslit. To be black and woman is to be gaslit, to go missing and nobody care, to be stuck in a Russian prison for 294 days, Brittany Griner, to have a think piece written about your body every week, Lizzo, to get shot in your fucking foot and not be believed, Meg Thee Stallion. Not valued, not valued, not valued, not valued, not valued. To be black and woman is to be damned if you do, damned if you don't. To be black and woman is to feel alone. But sis, you ain't alone. And this is not an angry black woman poem. This is a praise poem dedicated to my sisters, created by your own personal black girl mascot, me. Because honestly, to be black and woman is to be beautiful, to be black and woman is to be resilient, to be black and woman is to be decide, queens, period. To be black and woman is to be a trendsetter, to be black and woman is to be a go-getter, to be black and woman is to be beautiful, 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 sis. Stop playing with them. Stop playing with them. Beautiful. And to be human is to forget that sometimes, which is why I'm here to remind you, sis, you better lift your head up. You better adjust your crown. You're a queen. You're a queen, and you got the right. You got the right to want to break shit. You got the right to smile. You have the right to have joy. You have the right to be authentically you, a light. And whenever this world try to blow you out, imagine me on your life sidelines with the biggest pom-poms in my hands saying, go black girl, go black girl, go, go black girl, go black girl, go, go black girl, go black girl, go. Sis, you got it.
Yeah, very well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, she threw a couple of choice words out there, but you know, the poem was
Yeah.
tight. You know, it was really tight. Yeah. Wow.
And what-
Thoughts? Mhm.
I don't know. It's funny because I'm doing for Poetry Month a poetry unit with my 8th graders.
Mhm.
And at first they were like, you know, some of the boys were like, oh, this is just for girls. I don't want to do this. And then they got into it today. They really got into it, and they did some really great poetry. And one of the pieces that one of the girls read reminded me of this piece.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really good. I was like, oh, you guys tapped into something.
Mhm.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of that.
I'm glad you mentioned Poetry Month. So folks, don't forget, April is Poetry Month.
Oh,
And having said that, don't forget that we have a youth poetry showcase on Sunday, April the 16th at the State Museum of Pennsylvania. And it's from 12:30 p.m. until 4 p.m. And it's all free and open. And we're going to have a cash prize contest for young people, 9th grade through 12th grade. And we're hoping to sign up a whole bunch of folks. And the cash prizes are $250 for first prize, $100 for second prize, and then $50 for a third place winner. And also we're featuring Tiger Rose, outstanding poet, who's here in the area, and a young lady who's also only in the 4th grade out of Scott School. And we got a call, and you know, the proud teachers over there are so proud of her, and they want her to be featured. And we said, she got the mic. We're going to feature this young 4th grade rap artist, spoken word artist on Sunday, you know, April the 16th. All right. So y'all coming out. And don't forget, next Saturday now, Saturday, April the 8th, we're having over there at 900 South Arlington Avenue, the Writers' WordShop and Life Esteem. We're sponsoring an Easter egg hunt from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. with vendors, music, the bunny. You know, we're going to have a bunny over there taking pictures with folk, music and food. We're going to have a lot of fun. So y'all come on out. It's all free and open. And we want to thank Aetna Insurance for stepping up and helping to support this event, and others, Giant Food, has stepped up to help us support this event. And, we just have some good things going on. So y'all come on out. Okay. We'll tell you more about that. In fact, Brother Chris had a flyer up earlier about the Easter egg hunt. I don't know if you can show that again. The Easter egg hunt flyer for April the 8th. And again, it's going to be at 900 South Arlington Avenue here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And it goes from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. And it's all free. It is the flyer right there. Community Easter egg hunt. Okay. 8th of April, 900 South Arlington Avenue. Okay. And you see all the different things that we have listed. And, for more information, you can always give me a call, 608-2312, course 717. If you want to be a vendor, you can contact Nicole Wilkerson at 717-307-8272. It's right there on the flyer. And also, if you want to copy this flyer, you can email me at pgadsden, that's pgadsden at aol.com, pgadsden at aol.com. This is all free and open to the public. We're going to have arts and crafts, a lot of entertainment, just a lot of fun. Okay. All right. Good. Dr. Snowden, how you doing, man?
I'm fine. Thanks. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thanks for coming on. We hear you, but I don't see you. I know you're out there, though. But anyhow, you ready to do some poetry tonight?
Certainly.
Okay.
Now,
Did
here's
you do a
one.
piece for us?
Yeah, sure. Here's one that where the fourth line's always the same. This is another one of my earlier pieces called "Do You Think I'm Surprised?"
Okay.
Many persons practice their faith soundly and give 100%, 110% at work and at home. Yet these folks are thwarted from getting ahead. But do you think I'm surprised? Some volunteer in the community. Others take on extra work without complaint. Even so, all of this seems to go unappreciated. But do you think I'm surprised? Thus, all were often left to wonder what exactly they did wrong to wind up on the short end of things. But do you think I'm surprised? Well, perhaps that's just the way it works. The good people appear often suppressed, while the bad people are permitted to prosper. Again, I ask, do you think I'm surprised?
All right.
Yeah. That's one of your earlier pieces you said.
That's right, yes.
All right, man. Good stuff. I appreciate that. Are you going to come out on Sunday, April the 16th?
Yes, I plan to be there.
Good. I hope so. And be prepared to at least read a piece of poetry.
Oh, sure. I think that would actually be also a good opportunity. Well, if it's a youth thing, I mean, if the members of the Writers' Workshop participate, this would give them a chance to learn or to hear different types of poetry styles, because this is about as eclectic a group as you can get for that particular event.
That's right. Appreciate it. Okay. Good stuff. Yeah. Good. And so anyhow, now, how's Queenie doing? Have you heard from Queenie, Rob?
Yeah, I talked to her today, in fact. Our little group met this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, we just got together just to pray. We had one friend in our group that had an allergic reaction to mangoes.
Really?
Yeah, she said she had a horrible reaction to mangoes. We had one friend Queenie's knees have been bothering her. She hasn't felt well lately. And then we had another friend who was just struggling with energy levels and being really tired because she's working several jobs. So we just got together and prayed, and we didn't stay on the phone very long, but yeah.
When you say your group, tell us what's the name of the group?
We don't really have a name. We're just, and it's funny because that's how I met Queenie. We've known each other, I think in July, it will be the three years, I think. I want to say 3 years. It was funny because we met each other all through the pandemic. I was home when in the height of being quarantined.
Yeah.
And you get bored of being home all day by yourself, or like in a room by yourself, because Theo loves to watch sports or something that, or spooky movies.
Yeah.
He's into spooky movies. So when we were quarantined, he was watching spooky movie after spooky movie. I don't like to listen to spooky movies, so I would go into the room. I'm like, okay, I've read 6 books in the last, I don't know, 3 days, and you get tired of just having your own mind work itself out. So I started looking at Facebook, and there was a group of authors who were doing this, I don't know, authors page. They did it every Friday, and I started tuning in, and then I saw this comment about advertising or promoting books, and that's how I met Queenie, and we've been friends ever since. And then we started these sprints together, and then there are other women who came on the sprints, and we've all just really gotten to know each other really well. And
fantastic. That's good stuff. Yeah, we actually just formed a group of we don't have a name either, of Black men who are Christians, and we've been meeting on Thursday mornings over at the Peachtree Restaurant. And so this is, I think we just had 3 or 4 meetings, and we're in the process of forming a group, and we're branching off into a lot of different things. But anyhow, it is great to have that that group of people that you can kind of just bounce things off of, and be in one accord. So yeah. Anyhow, we'll talk more about that at another time. Just to let people know, I did interview, by the way, not yesterday, but a week ago, I interviewed Lamont Jones on my Thursday evening program. And I was thinking of sort of letting that go, but actually that's been such a great platform, and decided to hold on to that. So I'm hoping to get Brother Cole Goodman on for next Thursday from 8 to 9. And that is called the Griot Collective, where I'm able to focus in on the African American community and interview outstanding people doing outstanding work, and who are about the culture, who are about really trying to make a difference. And so anyhow, Lamont Jones is running for city council. Nicole Goodman's running for city council, but both of those brothers are involved. They've done so many things, and there are other people running as well. So I'm not saying that they're the only 2, but I know those are the 2 men that have reached out to me and asked me about being, interviewed. And so I will make sure that I, try to provide them a platform and ask them, pointed questions about the issues that they hope to address. And so check us out here on The Voice, 17104 Harrisburg, Thursday nights from 8 to 9. And we, try to bring you an informative, interesting program every single week, okay? That's taking place every single week right here in The Voice. Don't forget also, don't sleep on thevoicetv.org, voicetv.org. When, we have both the Writers WordShop channel as well as Life Esteem channel. And we have a lot of platform, information that's on those platforms, and they air on, in fact, Brother Chris is bringing it up right now. There you go. That's the Writers Workshop, voicetv.org. You see, and check out the Writers Workshop and all the things that we produce here at, on the Writers Workshop, and other things will be on that channel as well as the Life Esteem channel. Check it out. And it's up 24/7, folks.
I was looking, trying to see who the man was back there. He looked so young.
That's a Denzel dude. It's Denzel dude. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. And love to get some of y'all on that too. If you ever have something that you would like to highlight, let me know. I'd love to get you on, and I'll talk to you about things that are going on in your world and things that are upcoming. It's there for informational gathering and disseminating. So that's why we're doing it. Okay.
Maybe we could do the play.
Oh, absolutely, sure. Yeah, are you kidding me? For sure. Anytime. Okay. Thursday night. Next Thursday, of course, is let's see. Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to bring on Cole Goodman. If his schedule does not permit, I'll let you know, and maybe we can bring you on. But I know we have all April. So
yeah, that's the hard thing is I'll be actually rehearsing on Thursday.
Oh, you rehearse Thursday night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're Tuesday and Thursday.
Well, then we'll just have to use the Writers Workshop platform here. We'll keep mentioning it here on this platform. Okay. Absolutely.
Greatly appreciate that.
And if Maria like to come on before then, and even Mrs. Mary James, because she's part of the links, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're going to be on Dr. Camilla Campbell's show.
Oh,
And
yes. Okay.
yeah, we'll be there in April. So I'm just trying to,
Okay.
part of my position as a director is to help her promote. So I just keep
Fantastic.
chipping
Brother
away at
Chris just reminded me that we can do a special airing of the play, upcoming and all that, on our channel, on the Writers Workshop channel as well. And so that's another platform that you're gonna, yeah. But yeah, I'm glad to hear about you going on Erica Campbell's. Is it Erica Campbell? Is that her name?
Dr. Erica Campbell.
Yeah, Dr. Erica Campbell. Yes, yeah. She has a dynamic show. That's good. Okay, excellent.
And our queens have a meeting tomorrow. We'll be in Charlottesville,
Okay.
the Miss Senior Pennsylvania Queens. And I'm going to mention that maybe they could do like a Zoom, talking about our pageant that's coming up in June.
That would be wonderful. Sure, we could do that.
Okay.
Absolutely. Let's make that happen. Yeah, let's make that happen. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what it's there for, to talk about upcoming events and things that are positive. That's what I'm trying to highlight. We'll talk about issues that as they arise and stuff like that, but more than anything, I want people to hear the good news about some good stuff that's going on,
So do I tell them to we get in touch with Chris and find out maybe when he can air the group, maybe do a Zoom or something? Because
if they want to come on my show, just get in touch with me. So if they're going to come on that Thursday night,
okay.
Yeah, if they're going to come on a Thursday night, yeah, we can make that happen. Just contact me, let me know, and then we can set it up,
And it would be a Zoom though on Thursday?
Zoom, yeah, just like we're doing now. Yep, just like and it would air on the various platforms, the YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, all those things that.
And what's the time again?
From 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
8
on a
to
Thursday
9.
night. Yep, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Thursday night. Yeah.
Well, no, I wouldn't. Never mind. I was just saying when you said 8, I'm like, I don't get home until 9. I don't know what I was thinking of. Don't do that. No, stop.
Woo! I'm telling you. First and foremost, I had to be up at 4 o'clock in order to catch a ride to Altoona today.
What?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I had to get up at 4, had to be over to the hospital there at 5. We got on the road at 5, got up to Altoona at 7:30.
Oh my goodness.
Then had the whole day, then had to come back. So that's right. The woman's name is Dr. Kamika Williams Campbell.
Yeah, I was saying.
Thank you.
I was thinking you said Erica Campbell. She's the singer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I had Campbell on the mind, and I was thinking of the singer.
Yeah, Dr. Kamika Campbell. So let's get it right.
Yeah.
But that's good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's good people. Okay, so real good. I saw someone I want to get on to the Writers Workshop. If anyone can look her up, Shantae, let me see, what was her full name? Oh my goodness. She was on Good Day PA, which I never watched, but I happened to be home and I was flicking the channel. African-American sister, I believe she may be out of Bloomsburg University. And her first name is Shantae, Dr. Shantae. She's both a PhD and a JD, a lawyer. And she wrote a book called Murder. But she's written a number of books, but this one called Murder has to do with something on the college campus. I think it's a murder that took place on the college campus, whatever. And it's a compelling story, blah, blah, blah. She was really fascinating, though. I enjoyed listening to her. And I remember thinking, okay, but I remember Shantae, what's the last name? Because it may be my phone. I remember trying to look her up. But anyhow, I'd love to get her on and, get her to talk about her writings and all that kind of good stuff. Okay. So anyhow, yeah, I'll let that go. I'll look it up, but I'll reach out to her once I can remember her information, and we'll try to get her on a Friday night, one night, to talk about her books and all the things she's doing. Okay, good. Dr. Snowden, give us another poem, and then Ro, if you don't mind giving us another reading, I'd appreciate that.
Okay, sure. More than happy to. I'll just find another piece here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll do one here about a hobby I still engage in. I had to stop it for a while, but once I learned I could win prizes, I reactivated it. And it's called Model Kits Resurrecting an Old Hobby. A short time ago, while working a case, I came across something brand new. There are prizes to be won in contests that featured model kits for view. Beforehand, I built plastic model kits with prehistoric beasts as my first choice, yet creatures of horror and sci-fi fame I found favor with and gave equal voice. This hobby is one that I thoroughly enjoyed, bringing real and fabled creatures to life. It ran for about 1.5 decades, while deterring all matter of strife. Later, the model kit building went dormant due to varying manners of reason, ranging from becoming a professional to recreation sports of all season. Then one day I came across a notice about an event called Model Fest, where those who engage in model building could share their craft for prizes, all the best. Thus, I entered into this new venue, at first to purchase the models, but then I found out about the contests, which managed to pique my interest full throttle. Since that initial Model Fest session, I have attended with renewed favor model kit shows with contests and without, all counting as the main thing to savor. I have found new model kits at these shows. I have also won ribbons, trophies, and prizes, sharing my craft with other like persons, each show different and full of surprises. Here's the moral of the entire story, stated in the best fashion that I know. Old hobbies can be resurrected to become part of much larger shows.
Good stuff. You know, we always encourage you, Doc. I know you have a number of poems written at this time, but there's so many things that you've written that we thought would be really good for a youth, like audience. Some young people really, and then if you show examples of like that piece there and show some of the things that you've actually created, I think that'd be a wonderful, presentation. So,
certainly, and with the whole thing of the kids book, I mean, what I'm still working on is, if the idea hasn't come to us yet, but I wanted to start it off with a lot of the animal-based poems because I have a few more groups to go, and I still be keeping that in mind as to how to put those to verse because, as I've always mentioned, that unlike some individuals out there, I don't have that natural talent. I have to actually sit down and think about what I'm going to write before I just write it down there. It doesn't just the flow doesn't come all that easily.
Yeah, but it does come, and that's the thing. You find it. So that's the main thing. However you get it, you got it. And so whatever you do, put it together, man. We highly encourage you to do so. I think it'd be really good. Yeah. So anyhow, thanks for reading that. I'm going to ask Rose. She would follow up the reading, and
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I haven't read this one in a while.
Okay.
It ain't the same for little black boys. Pride they got, lots of strut to their stride. The tint of their skin, the shine in their eyes. You see, it ain't the same for little black boys. There's no help for the strong. White privilege is a thing, you know. Put your hands where we can see them. Try to look small when you walk by. Don't put your hands in your pockets or innocently gaze them in the eye. It ain't the same for little black boys. Climb your corporate ladders, break glass ceilings, reach for Ivy League golden rings of success, but it ain't the same for little black boys. Racial profiling, tokenism, black pride that leads to destruction are self-evident, self-seeking, and detrimental. You see, it ain't the same for little black boys with big dreams in little neighborhoods where nickel bags and corner stores rule. Sitting in the back of the class looking cool ain't the way. Don't become the target of social injustices and broken establishments. He was big and tall, but small and weak. He was yes and no. Emmett, Antoine, Trayvon, George, we hear you calling. Your voice echoes from the grave. Black boy, little black boy, living foot to hand, street to cell, knee to neck.
It ain't the same for little black boys.
Yeah. Nice piece. Always like that piece. It ain't the same for little black boys. I like that. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
Nate,
And then the book.
I
Yeah,
could
go ahead.
share one of my I have my brother's songs that he wrote. I could
Oh,
share
okay.
this one. My brother's name was Odell Simpson. I don't know if you knew Odell, but yeah, all my brothers passed away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're all gone. So it's like 3 of us left now. It was 7 altogether of my, biological family.
Yeah.
And this here, it says, I owe it all to you, Lord. Lord, you found me on this roadside of destruction. It didn't seem like I was fit to live or even die. No matter how much a sinner I was, you stopped. You saw some good in me and you didn't pass me by. I owe it all to you, Lord. You delivered me. By the wayside of life, you rescued me. I owe it all to you, Lord, my life, my everything. And I thank you for saving my life. You set me free. Lord, you picked me up when I was giving up on life. You turned me around when I turned back, when I had turned back to sin. I had lost my way in life. I felt lost and useless. You gave me peace of mind. You brought me out and took me in. I owe it all to you, Lord. Words cannot explain what you meant to me, what you mean to me. I will live my life the way you want me to. Nothing will change my mind. Nothing will stop me now. I'll go where you want me to go and what you want me to do. I owe it all to you, Lord. You delivered me. By the wayside of life, you rescued me. I owe it all to you, Lord. My life, my everything. And I thank you for saving my life. You set me free. That's one of the songs that he wrote.
Oh, my goodness.
And I got to get some music to these songs. I talked to Larry Colbert, but he was out of the country. I mean, not the country, but he was out of the state. So I had to wait till he come back.
Okay.
And,
yeah. So how many does he have? How many songs did he write?
Well, I have this page here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But he has book. I know he had folders where he wrote songs. I don't know if his ex-wife has that stuff or she still has it or not. I might reach out to her and see. Yeah,
that's very well done. Yeah, please do.
Yeah, he got quite a few. Yeah, 6 here.
That's wonderful.
And he wrote one for the Scott White family tree. Yeah.
Good stuff. I'm glad you shared that. Thank you. Yeah, what's his name? Say his full name.
His name was Odell Simpson.
Odell Simpson. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Okay, Odell. I say. Yeah. One of the things we do here at the WordShop, and we've seen, I think, 2 videos tonight. Was it just 2 or was it 3? I think it was just 2 that we've seen so far. And Chris pulls those up for us, and his selections are always just right on the money. We heard the young man, and then we heard the young lady. And then, I think it was just the 2 at this point. But anyhow, we're going to hear another one in just a minute before we go off the air and everything. There's something else that popped in my mind, though. What was it? Something I wanted to mention. One of the things we're looking forward to in this summer is doing poetry on the Susquehanna Riverboat. And I will be talking to, her name is Melissa Snyder, and her husband, I believe, now owns the riverboat, Pride of Susquehanna, I think it's called. And so we've been talking about making that happen. So that's something I want you to just keep in mind. We're hoping to do it once a month and having these, wonderful events where we have vendors and food and everything, poetry and readings on the riverboat. And usually it's an hour down, an hour back. So it's like a 2-hour affair, which coincides with, what we do at the Writers Workshop. So, keep that in mind. And I hope that you'll join us when we, finally roll that out. Okay. So that's one of the things. We also, don't forget, we also do storytelling. And so we're looking at doing 2 things. One is the Griot, basically the Griot Collective in August. They have a big event where we talk about the voice of the African and African-American writer. But then in September, October, we always have the International Storytelling Festival where we invite, everybody, regardless of race, color, creed, age, all that kind of good stuff. So we're hoping to have those two events, but we want to do more storytelling as well. So that's coming up, and we're going to make that happen. I do want to announce that I do have a poem that will be featured in the Harrisburg magazine for April. Thanks to Brother Randy Gross, who's the editor of Harrisburg magazine. He contacted me a month or two ago and asked me if I would do a piece. And actually, I gave him my latest piece. And so he supposedly is publishing that for me in the April edition of Harrisburg magazine. So I'm looking forward to that. And hats off to some other folks I noticed have, poetry just being published in various collections and books coming out. So any and everybody that has a book coming out, has poetry being published, whatever, hats off to you. Congratulations. Whatever you do, like Chucky Pitts said, write on, just keep on writing, okay? Don't ever stop, because somebody out there needs to hear what you have to say. So that's what this is all about, okay? Okay, let's do another piece, and then we'll, finish up tonight. Tonight is, what time is it? It's about 12 minutes before 9. And we enjoy doing this program, and I want to make sure we go out with a bang. I'm going to ask Brother Chris if he'll bring up another video for us. Here we go. Let's see who we have. Suffocated by Sin. Okay.
Sin slowly creeped in. Excuse after excuse, I did it again and again. Sin suffocated my life, causing chaos and confusion. Sin kept me unfocused, living in full-time delusion. See, sin is like a virus that is running through my veins, initially laying dormant, releasing more pleasure than pain. But eventually the sinful virus became inflamed. I could feel the rush of the disease growing until it could no longer be tamed. You ask me, why would I allow sin to have this much control? Why would I give up my freedom? Because that was never my goal. So I sit here perplexed and my spirit is vexed. I begin to feel desperation because my life was a mess. Praying, God, if you're real, you gotta help me because I can't see through. My vision is blinded and I can't see you. Then I begin to go back and forth in my mind. Do I give God my time, or do I let sin's destruction incline? There was warfare happening in the depths of my soul. The devil wanted me to stay, but I really wanted to go. So in that moment, I just dropped to my knees. In that moment, I screamed, God, help me, please. I am desperate. I am desperate, but yet I can't even decide. I am desperate, God, and you I need to hide. Because the devil is chasing after me full force. I am exhausted and I can't maintain this course. Out of my desperation, God began to speak. He said, I've always loved you. I was just waiting on you to seek. But God, I know I'm hurting, but I'm not ready to let go. God said there's a sacrifice you must give. Relinquish control. Everything you need, I'll be. Everything you need, I'll be. This is what God began to minister to me. Everything you need, I'll be. I'll cover the hole in your soul, but you must be willing to be broken in order to be made whole. So draw nigh to me and your heart I'll remold. See, the victory is yours because the price I already paid. No, you don't deserve it, but by my grace you are saved. The path to freedom is only paved one way. The choice is yours, so choose ye this day.
Candace Graves was her name.
Yep. Good.
Yeah. Powerful stuff, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's very good. Yeah, very good. Wow. Candace Graves. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Chris. Another one knocked out the park. Boom. That's good. Good message. Good delivery,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Good. So do you have another piece from your brothers? Another, song that maybe you can read of his?
Oh, yeah, I do. I could read one of these other ones.
Okay.
Okay. It's too blessed to be stressed.
Okay.
I'm too blessed to be stressed, and I'm too bold to ever lose control. With God on my side, I will always abide. Heaven is my journey's end. That's my goal. I'm too blessed to be stressed, and I'm too glad to ever become mad. Yes, I must confess, I found so much happiness. I have peace of mind, and I'm so glad. Glad to be in the land of the living. Grateful that God has smiled on me. Thankful for the everlasting mercy and love. God surely has been so good to me. I'm too blessed to be stressed, and I'm too strong to ever do wrong. I'm too brave to ever misbehave. Staying in God's word is where I belong. I'm too blessed to be stressed. Lord, I'll do what you want me to do. So where you want me to go, I'll pass the test because I'm too blessed to be stressed.
All right. Good
That's
stuff.
another one.
Mm-hmm. Good word. Good word. Thanks for sharing those.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I'd love to hear it when the music's behind it too.
right.
Yeah, that would be great. Huh. Good stuff. Yeah. Well, I know we're going to run out of time here, but we do have a lot of good things coming up. Ro, is there any major project you're working on, writing project that you haven't revealed to us yet? That you still kind of, I know you got your hands full.
I'm still doing the Kindle Vella. I have 23 episodes of The Good Church Going Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how can people see it?
Oh, you can just look up Ro Brady under Kindle Vella and The Good Church Going Woman. And there's another one, Mrs. Knox's Second Street Beauty Parlor is also one there. It's the first Kindle Vella. Totally unrelated though. They're two.
So do you just go, so how do you get to a Kindle Vella? You're talking to a novice here.
Okay, so you go to, if you put in your browser, Kindle, Kindle, Vella, Vella, it will pull up a website. It's a platform by Amazon. You'll pull it up and you'll see a place where you put in my name, Ro Brady, R-O-E, Brady, B-R-A-D-D-Y, and it'll pull up the stories that I have under Kindle Vella. And you can read the first 3 episodes of each story for free, and then the remainder you buy tokens. So I am on spring break, so I will be trying to get at least the last couple of stories finished because this series is almost about to end.
Nice, very good. So the series is about to end, you said?
Yes, I'm on episode 24.
Episode 24. Wow, go ahead. And how long is each episode, Rob?
It varies. It's just when the characters speak to me. I have some that are 600 or 700 words, and then I've got some that are close to 2,000 words. It just depends.
Good gracious. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. And that's not something you're going to turn necessarily into a book. I
probably will. This will probably be a book.
Okay.
I finish it episodically, and then I have it edited and turn it in a book and get a cover.
Okay.
You just said a big word there. I didn't know what that means.
What word?
Episodically or something.
Oh yeah, it just means that you're writing. It's like reality television for writers. So you write an episode every week or so, and then people tune into it like television. I mean, you're reading it, but it's kind of like reality television for writing.
Wow.
Yeah. Like reading a book once a week and there's a new episode.
Okay. So give a pointer real quick to anybody that's looking to write. We're going to have a couple minutes, but someone who's a novice, they want to get started. They want to be published. Give a pointer real quick, bro.
I think about my kids in my English class, and like I said, this week we did a poetry unit for April's Poetry Month, and I just told them, I gave them 12 minutes and told them just write whatever came into your head. We did list poems today.
Nice.
For any new poet or any new writer, just start to write. Don't worry about what it sounds like. Just put it on paper and just get it out of your head and mold it later.
Great advice. Yes, absolutely.
So Nate,
Uh-huh.
next Friday, are you going to be with the kids, or are they coming on, or what?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. In fact, we have, hopefully it'll be more than just the true kids. We have some other young people that are talking about wanting to come on as well. And so we're trying to identify, a group of young people that may want to come on and just be a part of, because as long as you have the Zoom, link, you can come on. But yeah, next Friday will be Youth Friday. We do it the first Friday of every month. We've been working with a great group of young people out of an organization called True. And it's all about tobacco reduction or, elimination kind of thing. And our hats off to Lillian Bates, Angela Bates, Daphne McCoy, and all the other, people involved with this group. And I forget the gentleman's name. He's a really good guy. He works with the YWCA, I believe it is, to do this program. But anyhow, so yeah, we hope to have, young people on throughout the night. Next Friday night, right here at the Writers' WordShop. And the Voice 17104 Harrisburg. Okay. Yes, indeed. Good. Thanks for asking the question.
And one more question.
Sure.
For our meeting tomorrow, the director, her name's Pam Officer. That's her last name. Should she just call your number?
Yeah. Just give me a call.
Up?
Yeah, give me a call and I'll set that up and we'll see if we can get y'all, talking about that'd be great.
Okay.
Good. And if I don't pick up, I'll get back to her and let her know that I'll definitely get back to her and we'll set up the interview. All right.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Well, I still haven't gotten James Presley's number.
I don't have it. I thought this guy had it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have it, but his name is David Smith, and I've tried to ask David before, and but I do know that Presley, Sunday over at the 19th and Deary Street is where they do that service for the people in the halfway house, work release center that comes out. So I can get to him then. I can get to James Presley or else I'm trying. Yeah, but I look for it how I know. And then I asked Dave, but Dave was supposed to, I thought he had it. Anyhow, I don't know if he
or either give him my number, whatever way.
Sure. Okay, I'll make sure you guys hook up though. Yeah.
Okay.
So okay, we're good. Okay. Well, God bless everybody. Have a great evening and hopefully a great week if I don't see you before. And thanks again for participating. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good night.
Good night. I'm going to bed.
Okay.
You too.
All right.